Hello and welcome to this week's Indie Showcase. Today we are playing the demo of a game called Nightmare Frames. It is the start of the spooky season, so I thought kicking it off with a horror-ish game would be a really fun thing to do. I say horror-ish, I don't think it's actually horror. This is a point-and-click adventure developed by Postmodern Adventures, and it is, from what I can tell from the reviews that I've read, it's like an absolute love letter to horror, so it sounds so good. The reviews are really good. The developers are making their second game they have just announced, which also looks really good, an English Haunting. So that has prompted me to then go and play the demo for this game. And this game was actually released in 2022, so this game has been out for like a year already. And I am now dying to play the demo. So let's begin, shall we? Let's see what is in store for us. New game. I really enjoyed the music of the menu. I was in the menu for a while, and as it kicked in, I was like bopping my head. It was great. These guys don't know the lunatic returned to camp. I have to warn them before it's too late. Oh god. This can only go well. Moonstone Camp. I know what happens in camps. Horror things. I've been to enough of these. No, 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 no! I found the horror things! Dana, Hank, Will, what have they done to you? I'm too late! Where's Tommy? Tommy! Tommy! Tommy? Uh-oh. Do I have to look for Tommy? Oh, well these guys got thoroughly murdered? What is happening here? Right, I can't inspect them or anything, so I guess we're gonna go and find Tommy. Oh, this one's got no legs. The legs are going, and the head is caved in. This one has a hole in, well, I mean the intestines are gone. And maybe the eyes? And this eye? And then this guy's just skewered. Oh wait, he has no lower body. Well, even less than this guy. Okay. Oh, but there's an intestine though. He's got more of those than she does. So, right. There's been a murder. Or 3. I think we're gonna get killed. To the docks. I know how these things go. Oh! Tommy! Stacy, run away! Let him go, you monster! Get out of here, he'll come for you! It's so fast, I can't take it anymore! Oh! Shit. You've been suspecting it for a while. He squeezed his head so hard his eyes popped out. Oh, is this a story that we're writing? A screenplay? Or a book? Okay. It wasn't real. It was good though. You've been suspecting it for a while. The climax of Lunatic 2 is identical to the one you wrote for the original movie. You go over the whole script in your mind and end up realizing it has the same structures as its predecessor. That doesn't always have to be a bad thing. Like it worked, right? Like, change it up, yeah, but sometimes the good things, like, work for a reason. Well, the good things, the original things. You can't show this to Christopher Ruskin. I'm afraid I'm gonna miss a lot of references in this game. I've got a feeling there's gonna be references everywhere. Like, even those movie posters up there. Are they references? Or are they art made for the game? Well, they're obviously art made for the game, but are they, you know, homages? Oh, Melodies of Heaven. No wonder you've put such little interest in the script for Lunatic 2. All your thoughts are focused on the ambitious project that will take you back to the times of Melodies of Heaven. Is this us talking to ourselves, or is this a narrator talking to us? The script that earned you an Oscar nomination in 1980. Okay, so we got an Oscar nomination. So these are scripts. These are, okay, movie scripts. Famous producer Peter Evans is butting heads with the studio execs to get the project greenlit. According to him, the deal is almost done. which means you're just one step away from leaving the B-movies pit you're in. He was meeting with the executives this morning. You have an appointment later today at his place, hopefully to celebrate. Uh-oh, okay. So we're trying to get our next big break. We're stuck in a B-movie hole. It's getting late. I should get moving. Hollywood, 1985. Okay. Right click, look. Left click, interact. Oh, this is so different. Okay. Well, I mean, it's not. This is the same, but like as other point and clicks. But like the presentation, it's pretty good. Tray. It's a complete disaster that you need to fix. Though the best thing would be to start anew. Okay. What is the tray? Is that got our... No, there's the script. I'm not sure. Books. You take the wallet in the hopes of not misplacing it and forgetting about it again. It's a good thing you always carry a few bills in your jacket so you can pay for cabs. So yeah, we're in the mid-80s right now. I actually was trying to look at some books, but I picked up my wallet, so okay. It's not the moment to read them. You already know them by heart. So, a pile of books about the art of writing scripts. Oh, these aren't fictional books, these are learning books. Your favourite one is Adventures in the Screen Trade by William Goldman. Okay. I'm just trying to realise which left click and right click both did different things and I've forgotten which is which. You look at the tray where the script to the last sequel of Ruskin Productions' most recent success lies and wonder what happened. Oh, the sequel. Oh wait, that's what we're writing right now, isn't it? Your mind might have been somewhere else, or you may be agreeing with those who argue that the slasher genre has nothing more to say. No! There's always room for B-movies. Is there anything more fun than just sitting down with someone and just watching stupid movies? I love it. And I'm not saying stupid in a derogatory way. I mean, it's entertaining. There's a TV on the couch. There's no channel that interests you enough to make you plug in the TV again. You've lost track of how long ago you unplugged the TV, never to plug it back in again. There's nothing of interest in that box. You usually read the news in the papers, and the TV series are nothing more than watered down movies. I mean, I disagree with that, but okay. I mean, in the 80s maybe, I don't know, I wasn't around. You don't usually check the end result of your scripts. Once you've delivered the last revision, you completely disregard the project and don't give a damn about anything producers or directors do with it. So this is a collection of our movies that we've made. Even so, you show them off as a trophy and you wonder why. You don't have an answer. So yeah, this is back in the days of video before DVD. I mean, I am old enough for that. VHS editions of all the movies you've written sit on that shelf. I do relate to the not wanting to touch a project again once you've finished it. I think that's quite common. Pam makes sure to send you a copy 2 days before each domestic format release. You want to hope they don't get intercepted in the post and leaked on the... I guess it's easier to do nowadays is leak things than it was back in the 80s. Was there internet then? I'm sure there will have been. No, there must have been, but were there even computers? Because I saw the evolution of computers as I was growing up, so I'm not sure. Clock. You'll wind it up some other time. A wind-up clock? You haven't wound it up since you started writing the script for Lunatic 2. You usually guess the time by the light comes in through the window. Oh, that's cool. If you continue like this, you'll end up rubbing two sticks together to light the stove. I mean, I kind of like the idea of not knowing the time. It's a little anxiety inducing, but it's also freeing. Awards. You glance towards the shelf and realise that a statuette awarded to Campfire Psycho at some festival you can't remember is missing. How dare someone steal our award for Campfire Psycho? The breeze coming through the window reminds you that you used it as a doorstop for the hallway. Oh, it was not stolen then. Even if you don't consider your work in horror movies as worthy of any praise, other people do. You were awarded Best Script by the Fantasporto jury for President's Day Killer. Lunatic caused a sensation at the Sitges Film Festival. Sitges, I don't know what that says, sorry. And you won Best Screenwriter that same year. You also collected awards for Avorias thanks to Lunatic. You didn't pick up a single one of them in person. You hate crowds at those B-tier festivals. But there's something you hate even more. Being surrounded by fans of horror movies. Oh, this is such a vibe. I like it. Oh, there's so many posters. Okay, this is the this is our big break. That doesn't look like a horror film. Unless he's like biting her or something. Looks rom-com-y. Or like, not even rom-com. Like, chick flick. Campfire Psycho. Okay. So this is the one that we used the award for. This looks like it's related to the Lunatic series that that was in the intro. I want my Friday the 13th, Alan, Christopher Ruskin told you. And that's what you did. Apathetically penning a flagrant copy of Sean S. Cunningham's classic. However, the movie was Ruskin Productions' biggest success to date, and today it's considered a cult classic. Does anybody know how Hollywood works? Because I definitely don't. So this is just a rip-off of Friday the 13th. I haven't seen it. This is going to be a problem, isn't it? I haven't seen any of these films. I'm actually scared of horror. I like the idea of it. I like hearing about it. Don't like watching it, or at least not on my own. Staring at the poster for Melodies of Heaven, you've got the feeling that there's another reality in which some other Alan Goldberg, an Oscar winner, enjoys a successful career within the big studio system. No. Maybe that Lunatic 2 will get us there. It's time to vote. President's Day Killer. Okay, this looks like someone that's escaped from prison. The killer in President's Day Killer was a dangerous far-right madman who used a Jimmy Carter mask to stage a massacre at a Young Democrats convention. Since then, you have a reputation for being a reactionary, which confirms what you already knew. Horror fans are idiots. Whoops, hold on. Let's get a look at the poster. Don't go to the forest 3D. Don't go. Okay. And what? Oh yeah, just blood. Just blood. Okay. 2 years ago, 3D horror movies made their comeback. Oh, this will be like the old school 3D with the red and blue glasses. 3D horror movies made their comeback to Hollywood with titles such as Friday the 13th 3D, Amityville 3D, or Jaws 3D. Did this happen in the 80s? Of course, Ruskin Productions wanted its share of the pie. They commissioned a new slasher full of gory scenes where the entrails of victims would jump at the viewer. The intestines like rah, jumping in your eyes. However, the budget was so small for a change that most of the scenes requiring more complex VFX than usual were discarded. That's so contradictory if you want in 3D. The director made up for it by moving the camera closer to the actress's breasts. Ruskin didn't object. Wow. Neither did the viewers. Okay, well, if in doubt, I guess. Breast shots. So this is Lunatic. Oh, this is, okay. That's the guy who exploded the person's head. You can't escape alive, I think that's it. Okay. February 1984? Whoops. Okay. You try to focus too much on the promotional poster for Lunatic. You fear your future will consist only of writing its sequels up until far into the 90s. Oh. Like Saw, just having like infinite sequels. You've marked the due date for the script of Lunatic 2 with a big red circle. 6 years have passed since you arrived at the Mecca of cinema. The first year was just as you had imagined it. Dinners in luxury restaurants, non-stop handshakes with stars, and a walk down the Oscars red carpet to top it all off. But good things don't last forever. You've spent 5 years in what you call Hollywood hell. You wholeheartedly wish everything would go back to the way it used to be, and you still hope it will. But the wait is starting to feel like eternity. We've passed our prime! Window. You look out the window. Movies taught you to love the streets of LA. Reality, to hate them. Wait, what? Movies taught you to love the streets of Los Angeles. Reality, to hate them. Oh, reality taught you to hate them. Gotcha. Oh dear. You always wanted to have an apartment you could write your scripts in with a view of the Hollywood side. If it wasn't for the fact that you have to stick half of your body out the window just to be able to see the letter D, you could say you achieved your dream. It's never what you imagine it to be, is it? Maybe you have thrown away the odd brilliant page without realizing it. But that's probably not the case. That's why I sometimes just don't get rid of things, just in case. The symmetry of the bad ideas you come up with when you're not focused. Which happens a lot lately. That's a cool description of a bin. IBM. You can't remember the last time you turned it on. It was to try out the last sensation in computer narratives, King's Quest II, Romancing the Stones. The narrative wasn't good enough and your character died again and again. You couldn't stand it for more than 5 minutes. How many times did you die within the space of 5 minutes? So I guess this is a PC. Christopher Ruskin insisted that you had to get with the times, so he bought you a brand new IBM PC 5150 with text processor. However, you still prefer to write scripts the traditional way. You can't imagine working without the relaxing sound of keys banging away at the typewriter roller. Just get yourself a loud keyboard. They exist. I really like them. I love smashing away on the keyboard. And then at least you can delete what you've written. Oh, I just got some 3D glasses out of this box. You don't need to take more 3D glasses from the box. How many do we have? The production company promised you a bonus if you wrote, "Don't go to the forest 3D." What you didn't expect was for the bonus to be a box full of the 3D glasses used to watch the movie in theaters. That's the bonus that we got for writing this? The boob movie? Dang. We're so unappreciated in our field. A mug. You can't remember how many times you filled it with coffee today. It's your favourite big blue mug. It has always accompanied you when writing. Oh, I kind of wouldn't mind getting into that habit, having a mug of a hot drink with me while I'm working. I never do that, just because I don't like coffee or tea, but those are the drinks. People always say that those masked psycho movies write themselves, and it's something you've always agreed with, but failing to write the sequel to Lunatic is making you change your mind. The best thing you can do now is go outside and forget about writing today. We're having such a writer's block, but that's so true. The best thing you can probably do in that case is go and do something else, and it'll, you don't know what's going to inspire you, and then just suddenly it might start writing itself again. Your loyal Olivetti Latira 32. Same model Francis Ford Coppola used to write, for example, the magnificent scene of Solozzo's death at the hands of Michael Corleone in The Godfather. Spoilers! I haven't seen The Godfather. It's a very versatile machine. It can also be used to give teenagers dumb lines and make skimpily dressed girls head straight towards the danger instead of running in the opposite direction. Okay, so he knows the tropes. Like, I wonder how long it took these horror movies to like realize, or maybe they always knew the tropes and they did it on purpose. Yeah, probably that. You already flipped through that issue. George A. Romero tries to milk the success of Night of the Living Dead for a third time. A theatrical director from Chicago makes his movie debut with an adaptation of H.P. Lovecraft's short story for Charles Band's Empire. Lastly, an interview with Jenna Dreyfus, the Scream Queen from Campfire Cycle, in which, among other things, she talks trash about you. Is that the lead actress? The Scream Queen. I guess that's the person on the poster. Maybe she's talking shit about us for like writing her as being dressed in a bikini or whatever. That's funny. Unlike why us? We're not the director. We just did the writing. Unlike the people at Variety, somebody at Fangoria magazine thinks you should have a subscription. That's why it arrives promptly in your mailbox each month. Oh, somebody's just sending it to us? Like someone signed us up? So that's the person who's talking shit about us. And then we got some letters. You think you could show a couple of them to the police. In particular, the one that threatens to shoot you with a sniper rifle, and the one whose author thinks the best way of ending your life is planting a bomb in this very apartment. That's terrifying. What is it with people and death threats? Like, what kind of person does that? But the thing is, loads of people do that. You hear about it all of the time. Like, what kind of person is doing that? Absolute freaks. But you know they're probably written by some harmless zit-ridden teenager too busy jerking off compulsively to an Eliza poster. There you go. Fair enough, that's the kind of person that's doing it then. That's pretty funny. Asked and answered. Ever since you spoke out publicly against the character of Eliza from Eliza's Mansion of Horrors, you've been flooded with anonymous letters from her fans wishing you the most horrible of deaths. Oh, I'm definitely clicking the buttons in the wrong order, I think. So we slated a trick that everyone loves. Got it. Well, I think that we've clicked everything in here. That was a lot. I can already see that this is gonna be great. And we haven't even done anything yet. Welcome to LA United Taxi. Where do you want to go? When you get in a taxi, the drivers will talk to you. You can disable this feature in the options menu. Oh, we have a list of where we can go. Where did we say we needed to go? We needed to go and meet our producer? Who is Peter Evans? And why does he have a mansion? There's a diner. This is our home. That is some strong eyeshadow that you are wearing. I mean, the mansion. I don't know. Uh-oh. Oh. Have a nice day. Oh, Goldberg. What a tragedy. What happened? Where's Evans? I'm afraid I've got bad news. Evans committed suicide. What? We're in shock too. We can't seem to understand. But I guess we never got the deal? God damn it. Okay, that is sad. But also, does that mean we're gonna end up in a... what's it called? Like, in a story where we're a horror writer, but we end up in the horror? You know? Maybe we can turn detective in this thing. Right, I'm calling it now. It wasn't suicide. It was sabotage. It was horror sabotage. Why did he commit suicide? Did he leave a note? He's got everything a man can aspire to. We don't know what goes through other people's minds, Goldberg. Truth is, he seemed more short-tempered than usual lately. But who isn't in this city? Maybe he was being stalked. Oh, it's probably... Well, either... It just seems so suspicious, the timing, right? But then, if we didn't get that deal, maybe he just couldn't live with himself. But I mean... don't know. Colour me a skeptic, but it just seems suspicious. But that's because we're playing a point-and-click adventure game, you know? What are you doing here? Investigating. Okay. Evans had some essential documents that had to be submitted today in order to close the sale of the studio to the Japanese. The LA Chief of Police allowed me to go in and get them. Very kind on his part. See, there's something sus. Hold on. Are you selling the studio? That's the plan. They are in charge from now on. Lucky me, they want to keep the current corporate board. So they're selling the studio. So there's some stress going on at the very least at work. I had an appointment to talk about the project. Not anymore. Ah, yes. Well... let us talk about it, okay? As you know, Evans was the only one protecting your project against the opposition of the rest of the executives. Oh, goodbye, project. Now that he's gone, I'm afraid we won't be following through with the movie. Do I still get paid? Anyway, I don't think it would have been made even with Evans, now that the studio will be in the hands of the Japanese. They're more Godzilla than Kurosawa, if you know what I mean. The trend is action heroes like Stallone or Schwarzenegger, or otherwise movies like the ones Amblin is making. I'm afraid there won't be any room for high-budget dramas such as the ones you are proposing. We're grateful for Peter Evans' work. The studio pulled through its worst times thanks to him. But we're in 1985, Goldberg. Teens rule the box office. I hope you understand. Anyway, since you're here, I've got something to show you. I found his desk behind the office phone. In the desk behind the office phone. Barry Landau produces a letter with a letterhead of some flying saucer pictures. It seems to be a small studio of little to no budget devoted to fantasy or horror movies. You can't grasp why Evans committed suicide, but much less why that was in his office. Is this a case of corporate poaching? Just so that I would find this letter and go and work for them? Probably not. I think there's more to it than this. Okay, this is a mystery. Barry is savage, just no shits given, so whatever. Classic businessman. So, I mean, maybe this is a lead, Flying Saucer Pictures. I'm gonna go and speak to them, see what they were in touch with Evans about. Peter Evans despised those kinds of small producers worried about making money with exploitation movies instead of making art. Oh, is that what they do? But like, they're probably doing that so they can make enough money to then make the things they want to make. That's generally how it goes. Actors are the same, right? They just have to kind of take any role that they get, and then once they get famous enough, they can pick and choose. It took a lot for you to stand up for yourself, given that you were responsible for several mass killer movies. Curious, isn't it? Evans dealing with this kind of scum. You know what? You can keep it. Your talent is closer to this trash than to our studio. Dang! I've proven I can be more than a slasher screenwriter. Let me remind you, I was an Oscar nominee. So was Cher last year. Take it. My hand's getting tired. Oh, take this, Barry. Just slap him. I wish you much success in your career, Goldberg. You'll need it. Hollywood is changing. We're not in the 70s anymore. Goodbye. Okay. If there was ever a chance to touch heaven in Hollywood again, it's gone. Rip to our dreams. Well, I think that maybe we can go and make some exploitative movies and work our way back up the chain. But also, that's tampering with a crime scene. You shouldn't be taking things out of the house. Although, I guess it's not a crime scene. Well, it is, like the police are here. You're surprised to realize, though, that your stagnant future in B-movies is the last thing you're worried about now. Peter Evans was an important figure to you, not only because he believed in your project and tried to move heaven and earth to get it made. Peter Evans was the man you wanted to become. Wealthy, well-connected, and able to bring top-tier movie projects to life. Now, he's dead. By his own hand. How is it possible for someone who's got everything they want in life to end up like this? Either they were gonna lose it, sabotage, or depression. You look at the letter Barry Lando just gave you. Dear Mr. Evans, I do know what you are talking about indeed. I thus beg you to handle this in person. You will surely understand this matter should be dealt with discreetly. Kind regards, Glenn Bishop. I wonder if it was something to do with this selling the company. Something discreet. You marvel at Peter Evans' luxurious mansion and still can't come to terms with the fact. You can't understand either what one of the most powerful executives in Hollywood could need from one of the most insignificant production companies in LA. Without the project that could put you back in spotlight, with the script of a sequel that's going nowhere, and with no desire to make anything else, you decide to delve into why someone like Evans did what he did. Ooh, we're gonna go and research. Cool. Okay, so we've basically, our life has just been turned completely upside down. Our biggest inspiration is dead, has committed suicide, which is disconcerting, I think is the word, when all of our hopes and dreams was to be like him. Ooh, we can talk to the police officer. And we can also just have a look around. Fence. Trying to climb the fence in front of a police officer, huh? Any other crime you'd like to commit, Alan? Well, I didn't. I was just trying to look at it. I just pressed the wrong button. Many a client of the Tour of Stars think that these people are so rich that they decorate their fences with golden tips. It's just golden paint, in case you were wondering. Okay. I would never even have thought of it. Officer Jackson has spent 25 years in the LA Police Department with a flawless service record. Happily married, his dream was to have a kid and get promoted to police inspector. The former was biologically impossible, and he enjoys patrolling the streets so much that he ended up letting go of the latter. See, his dreams got away from him and he's still living a good life. Officer? Sir? What happened in there? Nothing good. That guy, the movie guy, blew his brains out. You need to have a pair for that, okay? Don't you think? Yeah. That's, brutal. So, he shot himself in the head. Do you know if he... Oh, someone shot him in the head. I don't know. Still not convinced. This thing's up. I wonder if that means anything. Someone left? Do you know if he left a suicide note? You watch a lot of movies, don't you? Actually, I write them. More than 90% of the people who commit suicide don't leave any notes. Whoa. It's a myth. Still, did he leave one? Why are you asking all these questions? Are you a journalist? No, I'm a screenwriter. I already told you. Have you written something I may have watched? Does Melodies of Heaven ring any bells? Are you kidding? You wrote that movie? You unconsciously smile with pride. Oh, that's good. He knows it. Oh, what a bore. Mary, my wife, made me go watch it. I fell asleep. That's my review. It's okay. She liked it though. I shouldn't be talking about this with you, you know? It's strictly police business. But to hell with that if I can tell Mary I've been talking to the writer of Melodies of Heaven. You owe me some favors. We're having some communication issues lately. Oh dear. This way we have something to talk about. Oh man. As for the note, no, he didn't leave one. Anything else you want to know? Well, that was an absolute journey. So his life isn't going so well after all. Right. Well, also, no need to be so... Can you imagine somebody telling you that they wrote this movie and then just being like, oh yeah, that was boring. I fell asleep. Just because you fell asleep, it doesn't mean it's boring, okay? I fall asleep watching things I like all the time. It's involuntary. Was it really a suicide? You mean whether someone murdered him and made it pass for suicide, right? Yeah. I can see your screenwriting mind at work. Yeah. I'm afraid to disappoint you. Everything seems to suggest otherwise. No doors or windows forced, and according to my colleagues, the position in which he was holding the rifle seemed natural. He could still have been... I don't know. My theory is steadily evaporating into dust. Maybe he did just kill himself because he didn't feel like there was any hope. Can I go in? That's gonna be a no. Of course not. Okay. So why did you allow Barry inside? Did Barry pay him? Corrupt cop? Your friend? The one who just left? He's not my friend. Yeah, I saw he was glad to get rid of you. Orders from above. He seems to have good relationship with the boss. Is that legal? Letting a civilian into a crime scene? No way. He could alter it. He did alter it. He took vital evidence. He has, right under your nose. He took some papers. And I'll file a complaint. Don't worry about that. So that the boss is gonna raise it? You could have denied him entry. I just told you. Orders from above. I'll file a complaint. Hey, how about we stop going in circles here? I'm aware the situation is anomalous, okay? Don't know what that means. If you're filing a complaint, what is that gonna do? It's not. Nothing. Because the person who receives the complaint is the one who made the decision in the first place. I assume from the higher ups. What are you guarding exactly? The crime scene? I thought you left once the place is sealed. Soon everyone will know a big fish from the movies blew his brains out, and this will be ridden with journos. I don't know if you know them, but they're capable of jumping over the fence to snap a picture. I don't like the idea of standing here like one of those living statues on Sunset Boulevard. My thing is patrolling, but... Orders from above. Like, the police are so totally in that other dude's pocket, right? They've got to be. So we've just asked this. I'm just going to check that it's the same. Yeah. Okay. I'm leaving, I guess. Have a good day, sir. Did we look at the mansion? Peter Evans' majestic mansion rising up from the ground makes you realize it's not fame you seek, not even the long-awaited Oscar. Your motivation to keep fighting is to become one of them. But alive, of course. Okay. Police officer, closed fence and not looking for trouble. The fact is disguising you from trying to break in. We could still break in. Like, he keeps looking that direction. I'm sure we could hop the fence. Like, how are we supposed to trust if the police are already seeming corrupt? In your opinion, there's no reason to have the lights on in this moment, except to give Officer Jackson some extra sense of authority. His authority points are so high right now. Rummaging through a patrol car in front of an officer of the law could be the worst idea you've come up with today. Yeah? So far. Oh, okay, so I've got my wallet. Oh, crap. How do I put it down? Okay, I just click on things. Can I look at it? I can. Several credit cards and enough notes to not run out of money and have to get to the nearest ATM. We got 3D glasses. 30 years ago, the trend was to watch certain movies through a pair of plastic glasses, one red and the other blue, in order to have the 3D feel. Their popularity didn't last long. Hold on, 30 years ago. Is this narrator talking to us in the present? No, because the 80s was 40 years ago. Well then, was it 30 years before the 80s? In the 50s? In 1983, they came back with the same marketing gimmick. The joke was not as fun. You fear they'll fall for the same mistake twice in 30 years. I mean, we did go back to 3D. It's still not very good. The letterhead's got an address. 451 Roadside Avenue. Good number. Right, where is my taxi? Found it. Oh, this is a new taxi driver. Where to, man? Well, this is a new location, but we should try the locations we already had first, right? Ruskin Productions. Come on, gentlemen. Splash the cash. You could be helping this poor man right here with all that dough, you scrimp, hiring illegal aliens to take care of your lawns. What? Okay, Jack. Let's take a look at Jack. Jack Palmer was a child star in the 30s. He was the lead of Gang of Seven, such a rip-off of our gang that its biggest accomplishment was to not be sued for plagiarism. When his voice changed and the zits came, he disappeared until he returned in the 50s as the director of a couple of movies about giant radioactive insects which devoured everything that crossed their paths. Humans, military machinery, and even the production company itself, which went bankrupt. Dang, powerful insects. He came back to Hollywood in the 80s in his last incarnation, a homeless drunkard. Like, this is an industry that just destroys. It just takes and takes and zaps and zaps. Now, some people make it, but a lot do not. Trash can. The trash can is full to the brim. Jack probably took whatever was useful in there. Okay, nothing in there for us then. Good morning, LA. Don't know what that says. There's a sign. There are a lot of taxis around here. It won't be too difficult to hop on one. You stand next to the taxi stop and wait for a free one to arrive. Oh, hi, we meet again. Whoops. I'll just get back out now, thanks. Dave Morrison, lawyers. And then the building is there. Well, let's talk to Jack. Well, we still have the context. Look at everyone in the black suits. You here to insult me again? What? Again with that? What's this? Your way of saying hello? You told me your career was going downhill so hard you would rather jump off the 6th Street Viaduct than end up like me. Damn. Come on, Jack. Don't be resentful. Did we say that? Even if that happened 12 days and 46 minutes ago, I don't like to be called resentful. Those things hurt, Alan. Alright, for the umpteenth time, I'm sorry. I've got the habit of saying what I think. That's not a virtue. The trick is to think what you say. You know what, Alan? You're a strange guy. You don't like people, you freak them out, and yet somehow nobody tells you to fuck off. Anyway, how's it going? Awful. Glad to see you haven't lost that optimism you're known for. Okay, we clearly have a relationship with this guy. Maybe not a good one, but, you know, we can banter. How's the day going? Nothing yet, but I've just gotten started. Why do you beg in a place like this? I don't like to hustle from common people. It's hard enough for them to just earn a living. But here, look at all those yuppies. Look at their hands, they're perfect. Most of them waste so much money in manicure. They do fuck all. They earn all their money through speculation. If I've got to fleece someone, I'd rather it be them. These people are not the kind to give handouts, Jack. They don't even see you. That's what you think. Check this out. You all cheer for USA, for Africa, and all those singers going, "We are the world." But fuck those of us standing right here. Oh, is this what he's saying? Hypocrites. Oh, there, mister. Now that's yours. Try not to waste it on booze. I'd waste it on cocaine like you do, but I don't think I'll be able to afford it. Have a good day. $5. I've made my day. See? Wow, that's quite clever. He's like using a backward psychology on them. I mean, okay. They showed... Oh, they showed one of your movies yesterday. Which one? The one with the fucking spiders or the one with the fucking ants? Spiders. And how do you know if you don't watch TV? I read it in the papers. Those movies are in the spotlight again with this whole 50s revival that's going on. I still don't see a single cent from them. Not that I should anyway. The production company went bankrupt and who knows who's got the rights now. Yeah, so complicated. Some asshole must be making crazy money off my work while I'm here begging. Though not long ago, a couple of journals came for an interview for one of those magazines for wankers. What was it called? Starlog? I felt like a director again, telling them about how those movies were made. Those were good times, Alan. God, he's just, again, fallen from absolute grace. But, now he's just doing what he can. But, like, bloody hell. It feels very appropriate with all the strikes that have been going on around acting lately and trying to make sure they get exactly what this guy is not getting. So, yeah. They should... Okay, we've done that. I've got things to do, Jack. I wonder why we could ask that one again. Behave, Alan. Alright, you behave, Jack. I think we need to say that to you more than anything. Dave Morrison, the marketing officer for Phantasm Cycles, reads with bewilderment that Route 66 is not a part of the US numbered highway system anymore. Part of his new campaign is based on the relevance of that historical route. I feel like I recognize the name Dave Morrison, but it might just be common names. I don't know if that's referencing something. He won't be in the mood for chit-chat right now. Okay. That sucks. Lawyers. The one on the right is Frank Rucker from Berkeley, Rucker and Jones, whose offices are in the 8th floor. The one on the left is one of their youngest and most promising lawyers, Jack Gordon. Or Stephen Hartnett. You don't know. All those young lawyers with their slicked back hair look the same to you. Oh yeah, that is slicked back hair. You don't need any lawyers. Unless you get yourself in a mess. Okay, we know where to come when we start getting accused of murder and stuff. Wait, we have it, like... Uh-oh. I never thought I'd say this, but I'm glad to see you. Again, James. We've got a little debate here. You're the most educated of us all. Lend me a hand. Pam is saying that the Church of Mother Earth is a cult. Sounds like a cult. It is. Oh, come on, not you too. You should stop by one day, Alan. Are you in it? As a guest, of course. We have exercises to improve one's mood and see life from a different perspective. I'd rather throw myself out of that window. You're wasting your time, friend. How about you, Pam? Are you in? I don't get paid enough to put up with this. Okay. Hello, bud. I really like the style of everything in this game. Like, it feels alive. Like, you know, sometimes, usually everything in a place, in a point and click adventure, maybe, is so that you can click on it, right? But like, this has got background and foreground elements that are very decorative, and I like it. And like, we could have just seen this scene, but instead we're seeing through a window, and it's just clever and cool. Oh my god, so we are like getting close to an hour, and I feel like I've barely done anything because there's just so much to read, but it's all good stuff. Let's keep going. For some reason you can't seem to... Hold on. I keep pressing... I need to press right click first. The first movie produced by Ruskin was House by the Graveyard in '81. A Z movie indebted to Italian horror cinema with an aesthetic closer to the 70s than to the decade it was shot. Okay. I mean, everyone's got to get their start somewhere, I guess. House by the Graveyard. For some reason you can't seem to grasp, Ruskin is proud of the first movies he produced, and that's why he placed the posters in the entrance of the production company. Greatness from small beginnings, maybe. Wait, isn't Ruskin now sold out though? The Neighbour was a boring movie about a girl who thought her neighbour was a vampire. Lately, Ruskin has been thinking of suing Tom Holland and Columbia Pictures over suspicious similarities between his film and the recent Fright Night. Oh dear. Not that Tom Holland, he wasn't even born then. Christopher boasts about the originality of the movie, but to you it's nothing more than a Rear Window ripoff. I mean, well, I was going to say it's not the first time they've ripped something off, because we had to write them a Friday the 13th. But maybe it was the first time. And then this one, Christopher Ruskin was so impressed with the concept of shockwaves that he wanted his own Nazi zombies movie. Scarthura had little success, and the blame fell on Ruskin Productions, then official screenwriter. After the disastrous premiere, you were hired to replace him. Oh. Is this the one with John Carradine, or is that Shockwaves? You never remember. Shockwaves? Yeah, basically, this studio ripped off every other movie that ever existed, every other horror movie. The droplets coating the container with condensation makes you fancy some fresh water. You don't see any glasses around, so you ready yourself to drink directly from the little faucet when you realize you don't want to be taken for an eccentric. You turn around to ask Pam to refill the glasses, but you see she's busy, so you change your mind. No water for us then, I guess. Maybe if we can find a cup. Right, so there's Pam, there's James. There's some stuff over there too. We can look at the computer. Pam's modernized the company by computerizing it. Technical equipment, providers, agencies, everything's in that computer. She even talks to them through a sophisticated phone system plugged to the computer, which, modern technology, seems like witchcraft. Pam's working with it. And given your aversion to computers, what did you intend to do? This is every time I'm trying to interact with something, I'm being called out for it being a bad idea. Filing cabinet. Pam insisted putting all the files in that little computer. Oh, I'm just walking straight past them to look in the filing cabinet. The files contain information from 78 to the present day. What are you looking for exactly? Just browsing. The door sign reads Christopher Ruskin, CEO. Okay, whoops. Pam. Pam Lawrence is Christopher Ruskin's right hand. Without her, the company would be a shadow of what it is now. There are times you feel she knows more about everything that's going on in the company than her own boss, so she is the one to go first when any issues comes up. I think that's quite common. And then James. 82 was James Crosby's year. He was the lead in President's Day Killer. Oh, in the prison jumpsuit, and was admitted as a member of the Church of Mother Earth from the non-parts in big studio productions started raining on him. He is not aware that his success is due to the power the church holds in Hollywood, not because he starred in a modestly successful B-movie. Sometimes he drops by the company to convince Pam or whoever's around to join his cult. That's pretty funny. He doesn't even know he's in a cult, like genuinely. I keep trying to press on this bird. Right, Pam. How's the script going? Okay. I need to touch a couple of things up. Problems with the third act, right? How did you know? I've been working with you for a long time, honey. When everything's going well, you just say one word. When you try to explain yourself, it means something's wrong. The treatment already showed that you weren't too sure about the third act. But don't worry. We begin shooting next month. There's still time. Next month? Okay, we have a month. That's fine. You can write. We can do it. Just don't look at the clock. That'll solve it. And then James. Pam brought me up to speed. Lunatic 2, huh? Wow, you must be happy. Oh yeah, can't stop jumping for joy. Are you crazy? Everyone's talking about the movie. It's a success so far. I even heard rumors over at Warner. Rumors? They want David Draven, the director, to shoot the next Stallone movie. Whoa. Though Sly wants to keep George P. Cosmatos. Anyway, Lunatic's the talk of town. And did you hear anything about the screenwriter? No. I'm sorry. Okay, well, we have questions about the cult. There was something I keep meaning to say between clicking things, which I remember as soon as they start auto-talking. And then I forget when I get a moment of silence. Oh, it was about the company that's been sold to Japan. Is that a separate company that was going to hire us to make our next Oscar-worthy movie, and we still are working on Lunatic 2 for these guys? Separate things, that's what I'm thinking. What are you working on now? I've taken a couple of months off, haven't stopped shooting lately. Though Martin's been calling. Who's Martin? Scorsese. He wants me in his next movie. Paul will be there too. Paul what? Paul McCartney? Newman. I haven't made up my mind yet. I've also been talking to Brian. Brian May? The Palmer. Hey, Alan, are you pulling my leg? Me leg? I don't know what to do. I might consult with Steven. Spielberg? Good. I was gonna say. The only ones whose names I knew were the ones that Alan said. I didn't know half of the people he was talking about. I trust that they are very famous people. What do you do in that cult exactly? Again with that? We're not a cult. We're a legally constituted church. Okay, call it whatever you want, but what do you do there? We're not allowed to talk about it. Come by one day and see for yourself. Is it like Fight Club? See, sounds like a cult. How's that a way of advertising yourselves? Just imagine I dropped by one day and ended up with melted wax on my chest and 4 octogenarians ready to abuse me? What does that mean? Hilarious. For your information, that would never happen. The teachings of the Church of Mother Earth are based on kindness and common good. What is an octogenarian? Okay. Do you really think the Earth is a living being? Oh, the Mother Earth cult? Of course. What seemed odd to me is for people as clever as you to not believe it. Mother Earth's always been sending signals, but we never paid attention until she chose Joseph as her intermediary. She speaks through him? Yes. Tells him what to do? Exactly. Let's drop the subject. I'm feeling insulted. Why? You're treating me like a 4-year-old. Okay. Let's not probe any further. See you. Into the cult. What should I think about? Well, Pam, as we were saying... We were not saying anything. Huh? Okay. That's fine. Let's go and see the CEO. Alan! I've heard the news. What a shame, huh? Indeed. Does that mean your project... fucked up? Yeah. I don't want to sound callous in such a moment, but... this is good news for Ruskin Productions. Our Alan isn't going anywhere anytime soon. I don't have much of a choice. Oh, come on, don't be like that. Do you know what I was staring at through the window? The city at your feet, right? Makes you feel powerful. You're in... Look towards the Sunset Strip. That billboard ad on the corner of by Tower Records. What do you see? A brown and blue blot. Come on, Alan. What do you want me to see? The sun's reflecting off the window and I can't see a damn thing. It's the lunatic poster on Sunset Boulevard. Do you know what that means? We can afford it. We're making big money thanks to you. That's encouraging. Do you know where I've been today? Surprise me. In a meeting with Toyneck, they're releasing an action figure line of horror monsters. Cool. And you know who's going to be the star? The lunatic. They're all along the same lines, Alan. Jason Voorhees, Mike Myers, Fingy, Michael. And thanks to the movie success, they want your creation. Isn't that wonderful? A lunatic toy. Wonderful. I know it's not the figurine that you'd like to have in your hands, but we're on the way, Alan. We'll soon be able to afford higher budget movies as well as other genres. The day will come when you can write anything you want, and I will gladly produce it. But the success of horror movies is what will allow us to make riskier things. That's what I was saying before. It's easy to understand, isn't it? I'm sick of writing the same thing over and over, Christopher. That's all. I know, but you're very good at it. We've won awards thanks to you. And I'm not letting you go. And now, if you'll allow me, I'm going to keep admiring our future. Okay, so we are basically like that other company, that flying saucer company, just making the shit movies. But like, I'm sold on what this guy's saying. Obviously, I haven't lived the life that Alan's lived to be fed up of writing the same stuff. But like, it's pretty cool that he's actually writing real movies. And like, in his spare time, he can be working on his big budget break so that when it actually gets like an opportunity, it's already halfway there. Posters. Don't Go to the Forest 3D and Campfire Psycho. Surprisingly for you, they were both a success. See, we seem to have had quite a lot of successes. You don't need them. You already have them at home. Yeah, okay. Cabinet. Among other things, the dozens of scripts sent to the company each year are kept there. How much worse than yours they must be for Christopher to not have considered them. That's what I mean, like it's a competitive business. We're doing quite well for ourselves. Revising your own scripts is already hard enough. You're not gonna read other people's. Screw that. Drinks. Christopher always has expensive drinks at hand to liven up meetings and render possible investors defenseless. Oh, is that why, like, you always see people whacking out the whiskey? So that they can sell easier? You don't fancy a drink right now. It's not unusual to find Christopher talking on the phone with his feet on the desk and sitting as he had been thrown there from 30 feet up. What does that mean? There's a bottle of cologne on the desk. Oh, am I gonna steal the cologne? You take the bottle and hope Christopher won't miss it. What am I gonna do with that? Oh, this is a thought that I had. That letter that I have now that's in my possession came from the crime scene. He gave that letter to us. What if we could, like, just get patted down. They'll find the letter and they'll be like, this is evidence that you were at the house. You know? And we won't be able to say that it was Barry that gave us it because Barry's in their pocket. So yeah, I'm a bit concerned about that. Downtown LA looks spectacular in the late evening light. Though the powerful California sun blinds you when you look through the window. So pretty. Yeah, it looks great. Okay, posters. You look at the posters for the movies you've written with the same indifference as a plumber looking at the faucet he's about to fix. It sounds like we need a holiday or something, like a break away from everything that we know, you know? Though he may be the producer of the work he's done. You're fed up of those posters. They're the same ones that are hanging out at your place. Oh, yeah. Okay. Files. From time to time, Christopher speaks of market trends and audience preferences by pointing to a page in one of those folders. You suspect the page is usually random. It's just part of those whiskey meetings. You don't need to know the current market trends and audience preferences of horror movie fans. It's clear to you. Blood and tits. Right, and then Christopher Ruskin. Christopher is a natural sweet talker. There's no conversation you can have with him in which he doesn't praise you to exhaustion. That makes you feel uncomfortable. Yeah, that is some brown nosing right there. Do you have a moment? Sure. First of all, how's the script going? Remember to do whatever you want with it. You know there won't be any sort of interference on my part. I trust you completely. Even that's like a big deal, right? Usually you get like the people not involved in the creative process decide to overtake ideas. Although that could still happen later in the process. Script's going perfectly well. Issues with the third act. Nothing I can't fix. You know what? Let someone else write it. I don't think I can finish it. Nothing I can't fix. Let's go with that. The usual writer's block, huh? Think of something shocking. You've got time. There's still a month to go before we start shooting. Okay. Something shocking. Does Crosby always have to be here? Who's that? Ah, well, let's drop it, okay? I don't mind a star hanging around this office. It bothers me that they try to recruit everyone and their mother into their cult. You know what? Sometimes I wonder if it would be a good idea to join them. Are you serious? Don't you have enough with believing in pseudoscience? They have power in Hollywood, Alan. Lots of power. They could help Ruskin Productions take off for good. Look, I don't want to hear it. It's just an idea. I don't think I'm doing it. Business cult sometimes you gotta do what you gotta do for business. Does Glenn Bishop ring any bells? This is the person who wrote the letter. Glenn Bishop. He's got a small production company, Flying Saucer Pictures. I recall some RKO producer. Are we talking about the same person? No, I don't think so. Alright, that's it. We're gonna strike it rich, Alan. Okay, well, thank you for your time, the big CEO. Let's go back to the taxi. We've got 2 more locations to go to. We are literally at time now. But I would at least like to go to the diner. Oh, hi. Do you mind the cigar smoke? It's a Havana cigar. The only good thing those communists have. Anyway, where to? I don't know what that sentence means. It feels like it could be offensive. I don't know. Joe's Diner. That's where I want to go. Like, why are we coming here? Well, well, who do we have here? Crawl back from your hole already? I see you're still in yours. Hey, Joe. Doesn't this place have an admittance policy? Do you want me to kick him out, Vicky? I see we're just friends with everyone. We have this hostile friendship. Maybe that's the only love that we can get. That's the kind of heart that we have. Blackboard. Hold on, I pressed the wrong one. A good sample of the American diet. Ultra-processed meat, fries saturated with sunflower oil, and hefty milkshakes made from artificial powders and flavors. I could just have, like, not a real burger, but a veggie burger, chips, and a milkshake. Oh my goodness, that sounds really good. The prices, lower than most of the similar places in the block, are the result of sending Vicky or Karen undercover to sniff around competitors' menus. Undercutting the competition. Classic. TV. You don't know any of the bands in there, but they're very popular with the kids. You have no idea who the Bangles are. Duran Duran sound like a character from Barbarella. And you think the Cars are the worst possible name for a rock band? Okay. That damn channel which broadcasts video clips without any interruption 24 hours a day. It's so popular that studios are starting to hire music video directors to, in your opinion, deal cinema its final death blow. Final death blow? Damn, okay. Music videos non-stop. No adverts? Those were the days. Joe's Diner. You time the rhythmical flickering of the neon sign in your head 13 seconds. You've always been very attentive. But enough with your tendency to waste your time on such nonsense as this. I'm sorry. I know, I'm on a time limit. You're convinced that the decade of the 80s will end with a high share of damaged retinas due to the neon sign proliferation. Huh, I don't think there's been anything happen about that. Joe proudly shows off his photos with celebrities who either walked in by mistake or needed the toilet urgently. Okay, so this is Joe. It's kind of hard to tell who the people are. Joe doesn't consider you famous enough to take a pic with you. Everyone is so savage to me. It's no wonder I'm as defensive as I am. A client. A kid happily enjoys Joe's Diner's new burger. Is he wearing a headband? Oh, look at that burger. You don't need anything from him. Let him enjoy his burger. Okay, let this boy enjoy his burger. Though it's nothing special, Joe is proud of his sauce that he doesn't allow his employees in the kitchen while he's making it. Oh. Hey, wordmonger. Nothing for you here. Right, so here's Mark. Pies. Oh, we've got to look at the pies. Joe assures his clients that these pies taste just like the ones their grandmas used to make. As long as they owned a factory of processed baked goods, of course. Obviously, yeah. You aren't hungry. That's exactly what pies I'm used to eating. So Joe, Vicky, Mac. The cash register. This place makes a lot of money. It's well located, prices are affordable, and as much as Joe may complain, patrons are never in short supply. Tread carefully if you don't want Joe to jump through the kitchen window and tear your arm off when he sees you messing around with the cash register. Maybe we should stay away from the cash register. A very appealing blueberry pie awaits to be devoured by those who still have room left after eating one of Joe's generous menus. Blueberry, eh? How does that work? Is it a bit like cherry? It's got a sauce in it? Sometimes you have a slice of that pie with your coffee, but today you have already met your caffeine quota, so you don't feel like having any. And then there's an arcade. Joe replaces the arcade machine often, so kids keep coming to discover new games and blowing their weekly allowance on it. That's quite smart, if there's like a place you can rent them from and exchange them in and out. It's coin operated. Oh. You don't have any coins in your wallet. Well, I tried. Let's take a look at Mac. Mac Paulin is a freelance journalist, specialized in TV critique. He feels so at home in this place that he practically uses it as his office. Joe doesn't object. Mac leaves an average of $10 a day. Cool. I quite enjoy going into public places with my laptop and doing work. I don't know why. It's like a change of pace. It's nice. How's it going, Mac? Wow, you're alive? I thought they were about to knock your door down and find you devoured by the cat. I have a cat? I don't have a cat. I hate them. Thought it'd be a good end for me. Feeling optimistic today, are we? I'm glad to see you, friend. What can I help you with? See, everyone's so mean to us, even though they're our friend. What are you writing? A review of the new Twilight Zone. I already know your answer, but I know a couple of guys in the CBS who owe me some favors. Aren't you interested in writing an episode for the series? Do it, Alan! You want me to work in TV? I don't want to end my days being a TV writer. Come on, Alan, TV is changing. Even William Friedkin directed an episode. And maybe in the future you'll have more freedom writing for TV than for the movies. I know practically everyone in the job, and you could shine there. I appreciate it, but I won't insist. But if you ever change your mind, here I am. Mac knows people, wordmonger. Maybe if you worked in TV, you wouldn't complain so much. Oh, shut up. Cool. The opportunities! They're there. I guess we just see ourselves above TV. TV's great. Maybe, again, it must just be a thing of the time. It's got better over time. But in this time, we could be the change. I see somebody's happy to see me. Why wouldn't I? Okay, you mean Joe. He thinks highly of you, but you know him. Ah, you're referring to Vicky. I'm not meddling in other couples' affairs. We're not a couple. You'd be if you weren't so... But I've already said it. I'm not meddling in other couples' affairs. Wait, is Vicky and Joe not... I assumed they were husband and wife. Maybe not. Carry on with your thing. Vicky, hold on, I haven't looked at these. So Joe. Joe is devoted to his business. You consider him a good man, given he should already have broken your legs instead of putting up with your impertinence. And Vicky. Like most aspiring actresses, Vicky came to Hollywood full of hopes and dreams, just to end up waiting tables in one of the city's many restaurants. You spent good moments with her, and you could say she's the girl of your dreams if it were not for your particular way of dreaming. Oh, that's a cool... the writing's really good. Vicky. What was that all about? I don't know what you're talking about. The dumb thing about the admittance policy. Don't you have anything to say to me? Oh, have I pissed her off? I've done something bad. Good afternoon? Good? Oh God, don't you owe me an apology? Here we go. A week ago you were on a second date with Vicky, despite the disaster that was the previous one. And it was worse. You got drunk and started talking too much. You only remember ending up lying down in a taxi soaked in the wine Vicky probably threw at you before running away. And a strong pain in your cheek. So? In these moments you wish you were at your typewriter with all the time in the world to think of the possible answer your characters might give. You try to choose the right words to tell Vicky, but this page will probably end up in the trash can. Yeah, you don't have time for rewrites in real life. The first draft is all you get. Anyway, let's drop the subject, okay? What did I say? Don't you remember? I hadn't felt so insulted in my whole life, Alan. But what on earth did I say? I won't repeat it. Hearing it once was enough. Dang. Keep it down, lovebirds. Aren't you gonna tell me? It's not what you said, Alan. The problem is you said it again. Everything revolves around you, and you end up ruining what could have been a special night. You're not the man who came to Hollywood years ago. That's the past. You've still got a job, you make a living, and you're tasting success. What more do you want? Do you want to know what frustration looks like? I've spent 5 years in Hollywood and I haven't got any parts yet. I'm 35 and share an apartment with two 20-somethings who have barely been here for 2 months, and one's already been on Cheers, and the other one's a regular on the Colbys. Damn. She needs to catch a break. Maybe our friends can get her in on one of them shows. And that doesn't prevent me from respecting the ones I love, you know? Alright, I'm sorry. I apologize if you felt offended. No, Alan. What? What's that if? Of course I did. You're better at offending than at writing scripts, you know? And the worst thing about it is... God, I'm such an idiot that I'd hang out with you again tonight. But it's over, Alan. I don't need such a relationship in my life right now. I don't blame you for it. I can barely stand myself. Try to see life as it is, Alan. Do your part if you want what we have to work. Hey, she put that really well. Good job for standing up for yourself. For a moment, you think about apologizing again, but this time in a less apathetic and more sincere way. But you know it won't change Vicky's mind, so you decide to spare her the words. I mean, saying I'm sorry if I offended you when she's just told us how offended she was is just a non-apology if I ever heard one, you know? I hate it when people do that, and it's so common. And what, she's also right. Like, look at the struggle she's having trying to chase her dreams. And like, we got so close to our dreams. And then the thing, like, we're not appreciating what we have now because we had more and now we have less. Whereas if we think back to before we had anything, we're doing pretty friggin' well. For a moment, yeah, I've just read that, haven't I? You know it won't change our mind. We'll see. Yeah, we'll see. I'm really sorry. Poor woman. Did you go to a casting this week? 3. It's always the same, either too young or too old. Why don't you get her into one of your movies? I tried. Maybe she's not very good. Twice. Associate producers get their lazy friends in. I can't do anything against that. Oh, lady, not lazy. You're not pushing yourself enough. That's not how it works, Joe. I'm just a screenwriter and... But why am I explaining myself to you? Why are you barging in on our conversation? Because Vicky's worth a lot. She's a good actress. I know she's good. Very good. Yeah? If she were as good as you say, we'd already have seen her in the lunatic movie. People are putting us in our place. Let it be, Joe. Alan's right. Why are you defending him? Are you so infatuated that you swallow everything he says? Excuses. If he'd wanted to, you would have been in one of his movies already. Please, Joe. It's your life. I'm not meddling. You haven't stopped meddling. I only want what's best for my employees, okay? Is that clear? Yeah, I cannot be mad at Joe for what he just said. He isn't wrong. Like, we clearly haven't fought for it. We're just... I get the vibe that Alan is very, selfish. Self-pitying. Just living in his own bubble. Not very pleasant. Yeah. Oh, so we want to bring it up again? May I know what I said during dinner? You should know. I should, but thing is, I don't. Then try to remember. Uh-oh. I'm sorry. Vicky? What do you want, Alan? Okay. Maybe we'll get a flashback at some point. Maybe we can put it in the movie. And Joe. Hey, Joe. When are you adding me to the Wall of Fame? No offense, Alan, but you're no celebrity. You're a screenwriter. Can't a screenwriter be a celebrity? No. It's like taking a picture with a lighting technician. What about William Goldman? Don't you know him? No. See? A screenwriter can't be a celebrity. Thanks. Thanks, Joe. New machine? That one? Yeah. It's one of those modern thingamajigs with touch panels. It has quizzes for smartasses like you. Ooh. It's not exactly a hit so far. Kids prefer to shoot spaceships. They're coming to change it tomorrow. If you want to try it out, do it today. Oh man, I need some coins. Can I ask you a personal question? Let's see. Are you happy in that kitchen? You're asking if I'm happy? Well, you're always here, completely soaked in sweat, and I thought... You thought? Look at the angry face. Mr. Hollywood thought? You don't think this is a decent job? Is that what you're suggesting? No, not at all. Look, Mr. Smarty Pants, I started this business when I was 14 years old. I spent my whole life working for others and putting up with everyone's shit. I always wanted to be self-employed and to open a place like this. That's always been my dream, and it's as worthy as yours of getting to the Olympus of cinema legends, okay? I didn't want to offend you, Joe. Ah! Yeah. Alan's got no tact. He's got no filter. He's like, this job seems like hard work and not worth it. Okay, I wonder if I can ask for some change. What you want to do is not possible. Try something else. Do you have any change? I only got bills. We've run out of coins. Sorry, Alan. Do you have any change? Vicky's the one who collects. Kid, do you have any change? What could the kid help you with? He's just a stranger. Shit. Okay, there's no coins. I never tried, like... It smells strong. Doesn't suit you. We need to be interacting more things. Joe's too busy to be bothered. Not interested. Okay. What about the 3D glasses? Not interested. Okay, never mind. I mean, I can show them the letter. No, I can't. I can't pick it up. Alright. Well, let's leave and... Right. We are, like I've already mentioned, at time. but I want to go to the final location that we've got. Haven't I given you a ride before? I think so. Maybe. Flying Saucer Pictures. I'm gonna go and see what it's like over here. Okay. This building? Is this it? And by this building, I mean this hole where a building used to be? Guys. The guy on the right keeps talking while the other listens carefully. Those guys are acting sketchy. Casually, you position yourself to eavesdrop on them. You pay attention to their conversation. Embarrassed, you move away from them when you realize the man on the right is trying to convince the other one that Missing in Action 2 was shot before the first part, but premiered afterwards. These are life's questions. Taxi sign. Okay, we don't need the taxi sign. Rubble. That's odd. According to the letterhead, the Flying Saucer Pictures officers should be here. That's quite odd. Rummaging through the rubble won't help you rebuild the Flying Sauce Pictures office if they were ever here. Flying Sauce and Flying Saucer conjure very different images. Pawn shop. Fred's Pawn Shop has a great stock of VCRs, stereo devices, Atari video game consoles, mixing consoles, and car radio cassettes. Most are stolen, okay. That may be the reason the police often visits this establishment, to clarify the source of its products, okay. So we've got this guy as well. Let's just... You don't need anything from Fred's Pawn Shop, but you know now where to find one in case you need it. Cool. So just this guy, I think, is the only thing left to click on. You can recognize a dealer from miles away, and this one in particular is not making any efforts to hide it. Hey friend, I don't know what I told you, buddy, but I don't sell anything. Nobody's told me anything. I don't even know who you are and what you do for a living. Though I can guess the latter. Oh, can you? What do you want, buddy? I feel like I recognize this outfit, but it could just be the crop top is like a thing from the 80s. I'm looking for Flying Saucer Pictures officers. Flying what? This is 451 Roadside Avenue, right? Dunno, I guess, man. I think there should be an office here instead of this rubble. Oh yeah, fuck. The movies guy. What a fucking bastard. Oh, what happened? They say it was him who caused the building to collapse so he could collect their insurance money. A gas leak or something. That asshole could have blown up half the street. You got to be a real son of a bitch to do something like that, huh? Wow, do you know where I can find this guy? Glenn somebody? His name is Glenn Bishop. No idea, man. Hope you find him, but behind bars. That's his place. So, insurance fraud? For money, though. Maybe they did that. They didn't need an office. They needed money to make a movie. Do you know anybody who could point me to Glenn Bishop? The owner of the pawn shop? But he's not here right now. I think he's testifying at the police station. A problem with some jewels or something. He left his cousin in charge of the shop. But he's kind of dumb. Don't waste your time with him. And that laundromat? You've never seen one before? There's no one in charge. You go in, insert a coin, wash your clothes. Clearly, you have someone do it for you. Oh, I think that's all. Okay, man. No, I only wish I had someone to do it for me. I didn't... Yeah, I can't actually click on the laundromat. I was thinking maybe I could go in and find some coins. Let me in. Whoops. Hey, friend, have you heard about Rock Hudson? That damn illness is killing all homosexuals? Rock Hudson? Lucky we that we straights are immune. Is he talking about, what's it called? And isn't that not even true? Rock Hudson. I'm assuming that's a real person. This is really setting us back into a different time, eh? This is now changed to sight. I wasn't actually done, so I just got in there to hear that conversation with that taxi driver. So we're not allowed to go in the pawn shop then. Hey friend, you again? What do you want, man? Oh, that's all. Do you have any change? I think you're mistaken, buddy. I'm not a hustler or a dealer. Shit, what about yous? I don't want to interrupt. Would you like some 3D glasses? He's only interested in certain transactions. That's not true. Didn't want my money. Cologne. Okay, fine. Yeah, you should give me a discount. Am I being charged? Alan's home. We're just gonna... Right. We can pop back to the mansion. Just try and interact things with... Because I don't know what to do next. Al Jackson... Oh, yeah. Al Jackson is an officer of the law with a great sense of integrity. He won't tell you anything if you try to bribe him. In fact, he'd most probably arrest you if you do. This place is just a place for bad ideas. Officer Jackson is not interested in that. I didn't mean to try and bribe him. I was just trying combinations. You said you were a screenwriter, didn't you? I got an idea for a movie. I'll tell you it on the way. That'll be delightful, I'm sure. I'm just going... Oh, there's Neil Gordon's here. Okay, hold on. I just gotta go and try and spray everyone, you know? And see if anyone's got any change. Pam can help you with everything, but not that? Not what? Best focus on what I had to do. Oh, maybe I can give the homeless man some money. If we go through the door... We can't... Alan! Grab a drink, make yourself comfortable. Well, we do not want a drink. We shouldn't... Yeah, this is his cologne. Do you have any change, though? No. 3D glasses? No. Did I try and give these guys 3D glasses? No, okay. It seems like I'll have to talk to that person that's outside. Jack only wants money. He doesn't want my glasses. Keep your money, Alan. You earned it honestly. Oh, bless him. Okay, does not want cologne either. Excuse me, do you have any change? 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 If life was on one of your scripts, that might have worked. What does that mean? What did it say about the wallet with the lawyer? You can take the item out of your pocket, but you think it won't work and put it away again? Okay. Let's see. I don't even know how to get into a menu. Here it is. Right. So I've saved it. Oh, this is where you can turn... You can totally change this. Okay, never mind. It's a bit late. No. Do you want to quit game? No. I wanted coins. That's fine. We'll do one more conversation. Neil Gordon. Oh, and then I want to pop home just to make sure there's no police officers waiting for me at my apartment. I told you I wasn't going to grant you an interview, so you can leave the bench free for whoever needs it. You were pretty clear last time, Mr. Goldberg. It's hard to forget, you were quite blunt. But I'm not here for you. I'm trying to interview Mr. Christopher Ruskin. Couldn't you... No. Who is this? Is this the, I checked out your fanzine. Is this one of the journalists? Oh yeah? I skimmed it before trashing it. Most kind of you. Judging by what I read, you did quite well. You write quite well. Quite well. You got talent, kid. Why do you waste it on writing for those kinds of movies? Do you want some advice? Take your writings and bring them to Variety or The Hollywood Reporter. You'll land a job. But please get a haircut and wear something else. Don't go in there looking like that. You tell me how to dress, what to write about, anything else? Yes. Take off those earrings. Jesus. Leave the kid alone. Let them do what they want. Are you going to wait here all day? It's my day off. When I see Mr. Ruskin come out, I'll try to get an interview. Hope he's nicer than you. Right, so this is like a... They're making their own little... I'm assuming a fanzine is like a fan magazine? I don't know. But, it's cool that people are starting their own... Like, maybe this is a real person. This is where my lack of knowledge of everything gets in the way. Maybe this person is like, builds something big, because there needs to be more reporters than just those two that we told them to go and get a job at. Hope the wait isn't too bad. Goodbye. Okay. Well, let's pop back home. So you work in the movies, huh? Do you know Sylvester Stallone? No, I do not. Okay, and there was no one at my house. That's good, I think. And I don't know where I would find any coins. Damn it. There was one more place that I could backtrack to, wasn't there? Do you like horror movies? I love them. Have you seen Cannibal Holocaust? No, I have not. Alan's home. Oh no, I think I've kind of... Unless I can mix some cologne with something in my house. I feel like I've kind of been everywhere. Or maybe we can go in and ask if that kid can have an interview. We'll do that and then we'll stop. Because then I don't actually know what to do next. I need to take a bit of time and think. Do you want to come here with me to contemplate the Sunset Boulevard sign? No, thanks. Do you have a moment? Oh. Yeah, we've already had this conversation. Never mind. Or maybe his assistant might be able to schedule him in for an interview with that kid. You busy? Always am. What do you need? Oh. Did I never talk to Pam? Any ideas about the third act? You've never asked for advice on your scripts. That's interesting. What's the issue with the ending? Confrontation is identical to the original. Everything happens on the docks in exactly the same way. Let's see. We've got the Grier family, right? They have to do with the origins of the lunatic. We said we'd leave that for the next sequel. Don't worry about that. Just place the action there, reveal the origins of the character, and move the climax to the barn. You'll come up with something for the next one. Bingo! Problem solved. But you're not going to get around to it today. Pam is a legend. Pam is just one of those super women that keep everything rolling and probably doesn't get any credit for it. Any messages for me? A couple of Eliza fans called. Did they? What the hell do they want? My head on a stick? To see you dead. Seriously, Alan, what's that girl done to you? Nothing. I just said in an interview that she doesn't care about horror movies. Just like you. And that her only interest being in TV is showing skin so that her idiotic fans can jerk off. I remember that interview now. You foresaw a good career for her as a stripper if they cancelled her show. Why are we such a knob? True. Always making friends. Absolute knobhead we are. I'll go see if I can clear my mind. I wonder if now I can go home and write the script. It did say that I wouldn't get around to it today, but I came to Hollywood to be an actor. I'm still on it. I feel like that's so common. Okay, these conversations are quite interesting. It really does put you into the moment. The living world. Home. We're restructuring the ending. Don't forget, when writing the third act, move the action to the Grier farm and reveal the origins of the character. Yeah? Oh, that's all that did? Oh dear. Right, since I don't know what to do, I guess we're gonna end it there. Like, I feel like we could have been coming close to solving the prologue/demo, but maybe there's a lot more as well, I don't know. And I don't know how to solve it, so I guess we're gonna end it there. Right, so if you enjoyed it, I really liked it actually. Like, I think visually it's really great. I think the writing is really great. The character is like unlikable in a really good way, like in a well-written way, and like realistic way as well in a way. Again, the interactions are all like, they're all a bit mean in a fictional way. Like, if people went around in real life talking to each other like that, it just wouldn't happen. Everyone, like, people would just be in fights all the time. But or at least not where I come from. You couldn't go around talking like that. And I don't think that most places you would get away with it either. But I always enjoy that in fiction. It's like, it makes for fun interactions and unexpected dialogue and stuff like that. So basically, I just think it's all, the attention to detail is really good. It's all well written. I'm like intrigued by the story, but I feel like we haven't really reached any hook yet. Like, the dude killed himself. There's some corporate shit going on. And is that it? And we've got to write our script. But like, as far as mystery and stuff like that, I don't feel like I really know entirely what the game's gonna be about yet. Maybe it is gonna be a focus on the corporate stuff, but either way, I would love to play the rest of this game. I think it's really good. I apologize about missing so many of these references, that like just not knowing anything about pop culture, but I hope that you guys managed to pick them out as you are watching. My ignorance is shameful, but let's see. I think that is it. I just enjoyed it. Yeah, it was good. I would like to play the rest. It makes me also even more interested in another game that the developers are making. So I'm gonna keep an eye on them for sure. If you enjoyed this, I have some recommendations for you. The two that spring to mind. I played the demo of a game called Abscission, and the way that the dialogue boxes go and the character portraits and stuff kind of reminded me of that, except that is a like Lovecraftian murder mystery, so it's a different atmosphere. But I would say Abscission is one of my indie showcase recommendations that I've covered. And then also, if you enjoyed this game, you gotta try Darkside Detective. That is real fun. It's a, again, pixel art, point and click adventure detective game where you are solving cases, and it's full of references. So I think if you enjoyed this, you would enjoy that as well. Or if you enjoyed that, you will enjoy this. So this game is out, again, like I said at the beginning, it's been out for a year now. So if you enjoyed this and would like to see more, it is available to buy on Steam. And that is kind of it. This is, unfortunately, I didn't manage to finish the demo, but the demo is available at the time of recording, if anyone wants to go on and see if they can finish it, and then purchase the game after if you would like. But that is it from me then today. I hope that you enjoyed that as much as I did, and I will see you next time. Oh, and I hope you're having a good start to the spooky season. And I will see you next time for another indie showcase. Bye bye.